go down history of scaffolding for that. Okay, look number 2.
Oh, this one is good. I just had all of those bugs that I had brought and the butterflies that you had given me from a prior shoot that you did. So I just started kind of going there with, you know, these off colors. Like there's like that, like, what is that? Like that green and the purple is really shiny, and then it ended up looking pretty sick. Like, you know, in the end, like a weird, like sick type of thing. Then I have all these bugs all over my face. So I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. It's kind of like deathly a little bit. Like I felt like a creature of like the earth, you know? Like I feel like I could, you know, crawl out of the ground if I needed to, you know? So I was like, okay, well, it's only appropriate if I wear this like big I'm sick thing. And I just thought that the whole look was like really, really fun and really, really gorge. So.
Yeah, but it's quite sort of butterfly-like in a way, sort of metamorphosis into this kind of, you know, a splendid, splendid creature.
Yeah, and it's kind of like cocoonish in a way.
Yeah, so there's kind of great all kind of different stages in it.
Yeah.
And is it when you're creating looks, do you create them spontaneously, or do you have some things you kind of think, well, I'd like to try this one day, or is it just whatever you look at and it comes?
I'm usually a really spontaneous person. Obviously, from this, I had to get the bugs. So, like, I knew that I wanted to glue bugs to my face. I didn't know how. Originally, I thought I wanted to have them all, like, weirdly placed on my head. I didn't really want to put them into, like, a formation. But then that is what I ended up doing. So, changed my mind halfway through, ended up doing that. And like I said, I didn't even think that I wanted to wear that jacket at first. I was planning on wearing something else. I'm not even sure that I knew what I wanted to wear before, like, at all. I usually just really go with the flow. Even when I start doing my makeup, I don't really have references or anything, but then as I go on, I'm like, oh, this reminds me of this. Like this, for instance, you know Fecal Matter, you shot with them before. Yeah, and they do the most amazing work, but then as I started to glue the bugs on my face, I'm like, I'm kind of like serving a little bit of them, you know? Like, so,
I was going to mention Fecal Matter to you.
So I got that kind of vibe after I started doing it. I was like, oh, this is cool. It's like a little homage to them. But this look was really fun.
And do you feel that your looks are at all political? There's a feeling of kind of, do you feel any sort of, are you pulling on political themes at all?
I don't really pull on political themes too often. I think that my looks end up being portrayed as, maybe portrayed political in like a different type of way, because they do make people like really feel some type of way, and people get really like, with some of my looks, people get really like involved in them and think there's like this deeper meaning and like all of this, but I don't really draw from political. Like I said, like I don't ever do looks. I'm just like, okay, I want to do a look that's like about this, on this. It's literally, I just sit down in front of my trunk full of makeup. I'm just like, okay, what color do I like today? Like, let's run with that. And then it just kind of grows organically, and then after the fact, I kind of am like, oh, okay, well, this is the story that it tells me afterwards, you know? So, and then, you know, obviously some looks are more like less deep, and then some I find like deeper meanings in and like stories and stuff, where some are just like, it looks aesthetically cool, you know? Like it's not always like a deep like purpose behind it. Sometimes I just want to look like a fucking weirdo and like live in my glory, you know?